What's going on, guys? This is a best of 3 from the first round of my tournament, the Fall Classic 2018, between Bobi and biyishun. And we can't really see the factions here, but I'm pretty sure it's Odrysian Kingdom and Seleucid or something like that. We'll see in a second anyway. Yep, so we'll show, I think it's this match. We'll show both games here, and see who comes out on top. So yeah, it's Kush OK. Interesting. I'm not really sure who has. I believe Bobi has Kush matchup, since both are kind of elite infantry, but obviously the Kush infantry is a lot stronger, a lot more stable than the Odrysian infantry. But Odrysian will have the jab cab, they'll have the nice peltis as well, so they could maybe do some damage to the infantry before they get into combat. So let's look at the armies real quick. We have only 3 cav for Kush. We have 2 desert cav and a noble cav here, Kushite road guard. Then we have 2 Nubian bows, or a Nubian bow and an archer, it looks like. And then 4 slave slingers. Here we have 4 Kushite pikes and 4 Shotel warriors. So that's a pretty strong infantry corps. We have 1 Kushite slave spearman here and 2 disciples of Epidemic in the back. So this is a very strong infantry corps, obviously, with the 4 Shotels and the 2 disciples. 4 Kushite pikes as well. That's just going to be really annoying for the Odrysians to deal with. And then also we have a good amount of archers here and slingers to just shoot out the Thracian units there. Only 3 cav though, so that could be a kind of a problem. Let's see what we have for Thrace here. 2 Thracian cav, looks like 3 Thracian horse. On the flanks here, 2 spears, 1 spear and a mercenary hoplite. We got a Thracian noble, 4 Thracian nobles, 2 Thracian warriors. Now it looks like we have Thracian peltis, Thracian peltis, Thracian peltis, Thracian peltis. So 4 Thracian peltis is very strong. And yeah, that's it. So no long range missiles for Odrysians, which is going to be really annoying because their infantry are just going to get shot to death pretty much. But they have 4 Thracian peltis who will just be able to really do a lot of damage here to these pikes and even the Shotels. Obviously, Kush won't fight this here, and the pikes will just go into phalanx. And now he has to spend time coming around the flank here. And in that time, these guys are just going to get shot to death by the archers here. So this is already really bad. And just charging straight forward here. They're already losing so many men to the... And now he comes around the flank, but it's already so late, and his nobles are just getting shot. Losing a lot of men already, and the disciples are still in the rear here. Thracian cav going to get some okay shots here, but not really great. You can see it's just a defensive formation here. Gonna get a nice charge in here and can follow it up with these nobles, but they kind of got stuck on the pikes. That's unfortunate. And now these Thracian cav are gonna get charged here, but there's only desert cav, and if he just pulls out his Thracian horse and just comes around here, you can actually kill the desert cav really easily. These Shotel warriors will still destroy these mercenary hoplites without a problem. And these Thracian nobles here are fighting the combination of the Shotels and the pikes, and are just gonna do not well. These Thracian nobles aren't engaged yet. Over here, he will get a nice engagement on these Shotels, but these Thracian warriors were already shot so much. You can see over here just how much damage they'd already taken. And these spears charging it aren't going to do very much. These guys take a nice javelin volley, and they're already down to 100 men, so they're pretty much dead. And over here, he left his Thracian horsemen in way too long. Ended up getting them killed. And these desert cav are awful. Look, they got a charge on these Thracian cav and still lost 20 men, but they'll obviously clean up here. Although, yeah, they will clean up here. Thracian nobles are losing. Finally going to get into this gap here, but it's kind of late, and he does have a cavalry here, just doing some damage, but these Kushite slave spearmen are doing good damage. The noble cav here, the road guard is coming in. And where are the disciples? Okay, the disciples are here, just slaughtering the nobles. You can see these guys have 0 kills and a lot of half strength because they're being shot so much. There's no chance for Thrace to win this anymore, or Odrysians. I mean, they're definitely going to lose. I just think they weren't able to get around the flank. I mean, like, they should have been wrapping like way back here before they were in range. But instead they came here and then did this, and so they're in range of the archers the whole time. I think that made sure that they lost a lot of men. And these Thracian peltis weren't even able to do that much. Because they're just getting into the late stage of the battle now, and the whole infantry corps is already dead because they've been shot for the whole battle. This disciple's still full strength. This disciple He's mostly full strength as well. I mean, they're gonna take a little bit of damage here, but this noble did get a good amount of kills, but they're just surrounded here and they're gonna die. They had no real way of dealing with the pikes unless they could just sit there and spam them with missiles with these filtration peltists. But if that was gonna happen, the whole time the nobles would be shot. Otherwise, if the nobles were far back, you could just charge the peltists with your cav and then force them to retreat. So I meant the pikes were always going to live, and when the pikes were living with the show-tellers, they were going to just form like basically an impenetrable wall where these missiles could just stand behind and shoot. And with only the 3 Thracian horsemen and I guess the 2 Thracian cav, it wasn't enough to get around like basically the box that you had, where you had like spears on the flanks here, his cav was in the back, with that spearman in the middle like that. It was basically impenetrable, you know? Like, where's the cav going to get in? He tried to come around the flanks twice, but both times just got stopped. And the Thracian cav basically did nothing, so bobi wins the first game. Pretty convincingly, I would say. I mean, you can see, look how many kills his chief archers are getting. 2 of his slingers did get caught, I guess. But basically, he had to sacrifice the cav for that. You can see the Thracian cav did nothing. Thracian horsemen did okay. Got into some slingers and stuff, but not enough, obviously. Thracian peltists got good kills, but as you can see, like, the pikes are still pretty healthy. 3 of them are still alive, and maybe they killed some show-tellers and stuff, but that's really not much because 3 of the 4 show-tellers are alive, and the disciples, who would really be the biggest target here, are all alive. I mean, like, when you're facing disciples, you really need some missiles or shot cav or something to destroy them, because they're not going to be destroyed by infantry unless you can really bog them down. Because even if you block their charge, they still are so good. So let's go into the second game. What's this one? I think, yeah, Arverni Seleucid. So I'm not sure who chose this matchup. I mean, it seems like it would favor Selly, or I mean Arverni over Selly pretty much all the time. Seleucids with 12-6-4 rules are not very good, just because they lack good spearmen. They don't have hoplites. They have Persian hoplites who suck, and they have shield bearers. Shield bearers are good, but they're expensive, and so you can basically only bring your 6 infantry, which are going to be thorax swords at best, and like hillmen, and then you can bring pikes, and your cav is not very good. I mean, like, Median cav are great against citizen cav, but against heavy horse they suck. You can bring elephants, but that's like kind of obvious, and you can just counter them with javelins. Although, I guess bobi doesn't have javelins here. So that could be annoying if those elephants can get a lot of kills, but he has 4 levy free and all of his infantry have javelins. So let's look at the army. 4 heavy horse, 4 chosen swords, 2 oathsworn, 2 heavy spears, or chosen spears actually, and 4 levy free with 4 Celtic slingers in the front there. So a very balanced army. I like bringing the chosen spears because they'll actually do quite well in melee against Seleucid units because they have shield screen, which is not bugged at the moment. Only 4 heavy horse is a little dangerous maybe because a typical Seleucid army maybe has a lot of cheap meat shield units that can tie down your javelin units while the elephants just come and kill everything. But with more cav you can kind of prevent that easier, but 4 heavy horse is going to be really powerful against the Median cav. Then we have, for the Seleucids, looks like Eastern Spear, Thorax Sword, Royal Peltis, Thorax Sword, Hillmen, so 2 Hillmen, 2 Thorax, 2 Royal Peltis, 2 Eastern Spears, looks like some, probably, Peltis, yeah, 3 Peltis, 1 Archer, 1 Syrian Armored Elephant, 3 Medians, and a game of cav, probably, yeah. A game of cav, oh, and, yeah. Oh, maybe more Eastern Spears, maybe 4 Eastern Spears, yeah, 4 Eastern Spears. Okay, the immediate problem for me with this army is that your infantry is so dead. Like, even Royal Peltis are just so not cost effective. I don't see any point in bringing them against a barbarian faction. They're not going to do well, even against chosen swords. They might win, but it's so not cost effective. I would just bring pikes and elephants and shock cav or something. I don't know. Maybe a lot of slingers or something. Maybe try to kite. Because you're going to lose the infantry battle so badly unless your elephants can kill all of these infantry. This is not going to happen 99% of the time, you know? Using these Celtic slingers to bait out the javelins of these royal peltis, who are being focused right now. Doesn't even need to do that, but you might as well. These Medians are going to get a pretty decent charge here. This heavy horse only got a charge like the last second. Still did pretty good damage. And now these Eastern Spearmen can come in. He doesn't want to charge in here smartly, because these elephants are around. and he wants to save his javelin, so that's pretty genius. Here these Eastern Spear are doing a good job tying down units like I said they would. Heavy horse engaging with units all the way out here. This is a terrible fight for Biyishun because, I mean, there's just no support, and heavy horse will slaughter Medians every day of the week. Now here comes this interesting engagement between Chosen Swords and Royal Peltas, which I'm actually pretty sure the Chosen Swords are going to do really well in. Now here, he saved his units very well. Gonna save his levy free, and charge in his Chosen Spears. They need a cavalry blob. That's about a pretty bad target, I would say, for the elephants, because it's gonna blob them down a lot better. Now, you can see these heavy horse are losing because the Eastern Spears, who are just like wavering because the elephants are there. And now he has his levy free, he needs to go over there and kill the elephants. Over here, gonna catch the all the Peltas here. Maybe it was a trap, I don't really know, because the Peltas are so tanky. Now he's gonna charge into the Gemma Cav, we'll kill these heavy horse easily. Peltas didn't even take that much damage because they're a pretty sick unit. You can see these Thorax swords are just dying in the Chosen Swords. 91 men, 81 men. But this Royal Peltas was focused beforehand. This has 95, 92, so it's a pretty even fight, and you're spending a 500 less talents on that, so you be the judge of whether that's a good engagement or not. Over here, yeah, this heavy horse is dying, but now this Chosen Spears get in here, and they're gonna start wrecking shit, and there's an Oath Sword just fighting Peltas and Hillman, and they will not lose like any men here, and they're loving it. These Levy Freemen probably don't need to be here. They just save them. And same here. Just pull them out. Save them in case the elephants somehow live. And they are living, actually. With 130 kills. But now here come the Oath Sword. Gonna get a nice close range javelin volley. It only kills one ally, but you know they're low HP now. And they're out of, oh, here come all the javelins. Goodbye. Goodbye, elephants. It was nice knowing you. But you're dead now. Chosen Spears, if they haven't popped cap counter tactic, should do it. Also, a good trick is, like, if you go into shield wall or shield screen, elephants actually, like, have such a hard time passing through. I know this from, like, campaign, because if you bring elephants anywhere near enemy units in campaign, they'll just sit there and go into shield wall, and you can't break them. So actually, a good tactic for him might be, well, he has javelins left, so I mean, he's gonna destroy them. But if he didn't have javelins and you go into shield wall, the elephants will actually get stuck most of the time. And you have to like spend a lot of micro to pull them through. But obviously it wasn't even necessary here because, well, even these 3 elephants are still going to start pounding. I'm telling you, if you run the shield wall, it would be better. More javelins though, and now these guys are dead. Elephants are down. Cap counter tactics popped on here. 2 slingers just somehow got all the way over here, and they're just going to wreck shit from the back. This Thorax Sword did win against the Chosen Sword with a recharge from the Median Cav. With 83 men, so maybe it didn't get a charge. Thorax Sword. That's my bet. Royal Peltas did win, but not cost effective. Had to get a recharge from these and give a Cav. Over here, these Royal Peltas also won, and now they're kind of flanking these Chosen Swords, but look how much is left on the field. The Oath Sword Gen at 106 men. The elephants just, I don't know why they're on the flank. Like, they're too far from the battle, because you know that your Thorax Swords versus Chosen Sword fights are going to end really quickly in the Chosen Sword's favor. Nice job going into shield screen here. These Chosen Spears are going to be decent against these depleted Royal Peltas with shield screen. Like, look how much melee defense they have. 112 melee defense. You basically can never actually hit them. That's hilarious. So if the elephants were in the middle, he actually didn't have much support. His Levy Freeman would have been there, but he had that Eastern Spear that ran to the slingers. Could have tied down both those Levy Free. You'd come in with your elephants, come across the line like that, get a lot of kills like that, and maybe you have a chance. Just coming to the flank just makes no sense, because with Cav fights there, you know the elephants are going to take a lot longer to win the Cav fight, like, for your side, and you don't need to win the Cav fight as badly. He had Eastern Spears and Hillman in support. Would have been so nice to win that Cav fight with the Eastern Spears, and you saw the Eastern Spears were doing such a great job, getting like 30 kills against the Cav, and the heavy horse were wavering. Also, he fought this weird battle over here, which I just don't know why that was happening. I would just run away. Run away and see your Agima Cav. Cycle with your Agima, rear charge. His Agima Cav was busy, but like, you don't need to fight that. Like, you should at least just fight it near your own lines. But he didn't do that. Agima Cav is still alive, but there's no way to kill this Oathworm. And this Oathworm without 105 men. Agima Cav getting some pretty decent kills here, finally tied down. And the slingers are still alive. Yeah. How's this looking for you? But yeah, this was definitely a difficult matchup. I would have definitely chose Arverni. I don't know who picked it. either way, I would always choose Arverni in this situation. I don't really think, like, for solutions to win, their win condition is to have like a sick elephant play, and that's it. So you can easily counter it, and I think Bobi did a great job in countering it. Even though the elephants were over here on the flank, he still brought 2 levy free and the chosen spear over there to win that fight. So Bobi will win the series 2-0. This battle was actually pretty close, and it could have been a lot closer. I think these Syrian elephants just didn't do that well. Only 188 kills. They really needed more, considering the rest of the army that he brought. Like, Mopelt is fine. I think their stats are a little inflated here. Killing a lot of cheap units. And look, the Median Caps didn't do well. The Gaming Cav did great. Anytime you can get 350 kills with the Gaming Cav, you're doing good, because the Gaming Cav are not really that good. But the rest of his army doesn't do anything. Peltis got charged really early on. He didn't really stagger them, because like these Peltis are great in the late game against Oakthorn and stuff, just throwing javelins. And Barak Swords is fine. Again, pretty surprising. And these Hillmen were obviously fodder. But you can see the Eastern Spearman got into the Cav fight and got 38 kills. Like, that's totally decent. Or maybe it was this one with 50 kills. I don't know, one of the two. But that's why the elephants just didn't need to be on that flank, I think. Anyway, GG's guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time.